It's the Wilk Report. I'm Michael Wilk, coming to you from Cleveland, Ohio, with what might be a bit of clickbait, but I'm uh, I'm not so sure because the source of this uh, on Reddit actually has a reputation for accurately leaking details of plots for movies. Uh, but yeah, there is a rumor now circulating as to the fate of John Connor in the movie Terminator Dark Fate, and it's not pretty. Okay, so let me just go ahead and show you the website here. And again, this is something that has to be treated only as rumor until it's actually confirmed. All right, so don't take this as something that's set in stone. We could be wrong about this. Okay. In fact, if you see underneath Terminator Dark Fate plot leak headline, in red it says rumor. Okay, so this was posted 5 days ago, and it says, "This is what I was sent." So the movie starts off with John and Sarah sitting in a small beach bar in Mexico, deciding how to move on after Terminator 2. Carl, the Terminator, rolls up and unloads 3 shotgun blasts into Little John's chest and kills him. Sarah is knocked out by the Terminator and comes to find John dead, and then it shows the title and jumps to modern day. There's a title card that says Guatemala 1998. It's after Sarah's voiceover reveals that they did stop Skynet from rising, but there were other Terminators sent back to eliminate John. Carl arrived in 1995 with the T-1000, spends 3 years looking for John. One just found him too late. Set in Mexico City, Grace arrives from 2042 and finds the new John Connor, who is the Daniela character, and they go on the run from the Rev 9, which I guess is the liquid metal T900 model, whatever it is. It's a combo Terminator, basically. Sarah comes and saves them on a freeway and tells them she found them via GPS texts she gets randomly with coordinates to Terminators, so she hunts them. The augmented human runs the coordinates on the text, and she has the same coordinates tattooed on her body. So they go there and find Arnold. He is the same T-800 that killed John in the beginning of the movie. He lost his purpose after killing John, so he just lived a life and developed a kind of conscience. So he decided to help Sarah find a purpose by texting her the coordinates to the other Terminators. She shoots the T-800 within the first 3 minutes of meeting him. Grace and Danny talk her down, but she is not happy about it and even says that as soon as they kill the Rev 9, he is toast. There's a part where she sees a picture on his fridge next to a work van that says Carl's Upholstery, and she says, "I'm never fucking calling you Carl." It's actually pretty funny, so they all team up and kill the Rev 9. Big twist, I guess, is that Skynet never existed, but humans created a program called Legion that basically became the new Skynet. Judgment Day happens in like 2020-something. It should be called Terminator Equal Opportunity. They even say they don't need men at one point in the movie. The classic Brad Fidel theme isn't in it at all. And when Arnie opens the door in the cabin, the dun 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 plays just bad. Another leaker said all of the Terminators were sent back to kill John. They weren't sent from the new post-T2 timeline. They were all sent with Uncle Bob to different places to guarantee John's death. But when the T-800 terminates John in 1998, Skynet has already been prevented. So, alright, so, I'm actually going to go ahead and give my own opinion on all this. And I'll link to this below so you can go and read it for yourself. But I don't really buy much of this, okay? Because the thing about time travel in stories is that the more complicated they get, the worse they tend to be. And so it tends to help if you keep things simple. James Cameron, whatever you think of him as a storyteller, he's actually pretty decent, in my opinion. And he's not given to the sort of wild indulgences that the last 3 Terminator movie directors, from McG to whoever directed the last couple, he's not given to going into all this. So I'm going to say don't give this too much credibility until you see something that's actually official that confirms what you read in the Reddit article, because honestly, because here's the major plot hole, okay? And this is where I think, because Tim Miller doesn't strike me as being the kind of guy who would do something this stupid either. Because when you're dealing with time travel and new timelines, all right, the tendency is to make it so overcomplicated that it ends up taking you out of the story. And I really don't see, if this is set after Terminator 2, and if Skynet's been prevented, that creates a paradox, because if there's no Skynet, there's no John Connor. No John Connor, no Skynet. And so the whole thing unravels. Because without Skynet, there's no Terminators. So, and therefore, Sarah Connor never had John Connor, because Kyle Reese was never sent back in time. That timeline never happened. So obviously, that there are Terminators in the movie implies that the events of T1 and T2 did in fact happen and were not erased. And since John Connor's leadership in the future is kind of necessary to, reignite the spark in humanity that causes them to rise up and overthrow the machines. That's, I don't know, I don't buy this. So, just that this allegedly leaked plot is this convoluted. Just as my BS alarms are going off. In fact, let me go ahead and show more of it here. All right, hey, the third leaker. I was at the screening in Orange last night and can confirm some things if you want. I can give you some details, but please don't post my name on anything, as I signed an NDA and don't really want to get blackballed by my own industry. The leaks are true, just very brief. I enjoyed the movie. This was an early cut and it had zero drag on it. 2 hours were of pure rush. It was fun as hell. Some of the new characters are mad, but Linda and Arnold crush it. The new character Grace is excellent as well. The only real issue I have is why the fuck the new Terminators look anything like the previous ones. Skynet never existed, so how would this new program know how to model these things? That's honestly one of my only gripes. There isn't much wrong with the film. Yeah, no worries. I actually went there because I saw an invite on it. Said R-rated sci-fi from Major Motion Picture Studio, and it was like, that has to be Terminator 100% R-rated. Feels similar, but has more color than the other two. Very similar look to Deadpool. Well, yeah, that would be obvious considering Tim Miller directed the Deadpool movies. Alright, so says, now the Terminator walks up behind her as she is sitting waiting for John to grab her a new beer from the bar, and when he turns around, he shoots him. Really solid opening. Okay, so fourth leaker, 4chan ending, completely false. I know, because I was at the screening in Orange where all the legit leaks have come from. What really happens is that before Grace dies, okay, so spoiler, Grace dies. She tells Sarah that her power cell can be used to kill the Rev 9. Sarah reaches into Grace's chest and pulls it out, but she can't use it because it's knocked away from her during the fight. The Carl T-800 gets it and uses it to kill both himself and the Rev 9. Sarah survives. Alright, so yeah, this is, but here's the thing. None of this really strikes me as making any sense. And my bullshit alarm is going off big time. So I would say, don't take this as a given. This could be, stuff that's just been quote unquote leaked by people who, they want to try and tar the movie as some kind of SJW agenda pushing garbage when it's really not. I don't know. But see, the thing is, though, I don't like when people push unsubstantiated rumors like this. And, nor do I like it when people engage in conspiracy mongering, and I don't like to be the person who engages in conspiracy mongering. So I'm going to say don't buy into this, until the movie actually comes out, and then we can confirm whether or not this stuff actually happens. I'll keep you updated as I get more info, but so far I'm not sold on this at all. I mean, if you want to believe it, that's up to you, but I don't quite buy it. Anyway, it's been a while since I posted a video. Reason, life happens. Been busy. So I'm going to try and review Cobra Kai this weekend. Belt out a couple of episodes, try and play catch up. I'm also going to review some animes that are starting to wind down. Rising of the Shield Hero and Dororo, which are really getting interesting. And I'm thinking one of them at least might get a second season. I don't know, because they're already 24 or 25 episodes long. So, but yeah, both are very interesting animes that, like I said, they're starting to wind down. They're almost over. Like Rising of the Shield Hero is on episode 22 of 25. Dororo is on episode 21 of 24. So each has 3 more episodes left. But I want to kind of get into some of the things that I've liked about them, some of the things I disliked, and really kind of give them a solid review, one way or the other. So anyway, if you like what you've heard and you want to hear more, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to receive notifications whenever we upload new content. And if you want to help support the channel, keep the lights on, help us bring you more content, head over to our Patreon or Subscribestar page. We can't do this without you. Until next time, this is Michael Wilk for the Wilk Report saying take care, good night, I'm out.